Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Procita. If you're here for the very first time, thank you so much for tuning in, and kindly subscribe and comment and like and be part of this amazing community. So today I have this notebook, like you can see. I want to answer some of the questions I have from you guys, and I have these questions here written down so that I can just read them and answer them. The first question is, hi sis, can we post photos on social media as a fiance before marriage? Yeah, I would say yes. You can actually post your videos and pictures of your fiance before you relocate to his country or her country. It's so fine for you to do this. Actually, I remember I think it was end of last year, the US immigration was actually looking into this thing of you having to post these things on your social media platforms just to show that you're really in a relationship with someone. So they go deep and dig into your social media platforms, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, those things. So before you go for your interview, these guys actually know what you've posted. They know everything about you. They know your posts and your whole thing you do on social media. Is it too much? Okay. Guys, I've lost the page that had these questions. Yeah, I found it. Finally, I do have it. I remember when I was doing this whole thing, when I was going for my interview, I had to go and screenshot some of the posts I had made on my social media platforms, on my Instagram and Facebook and all that, and also some of the posts that Kane had made and other people had made, posted, anywhere. So I had to gather all of that and then printed them. I made screenshots of those things and then printed them out and put them in a file, and then I went with them for my interview. So I would say posting these things, posting your fiance is okay before marriage, because the US immigration really wants to know whether you're in the real relationship, you're not faking it, it's real. So that's why I say it's really important. The second question is, hi dear, I've seen your posts about the K1 visa. I also want to relocate to America. What advice do you give me? Really, when it comes to relocating to the US, I don't even know what advice I can give someone, because I feel like it's totally different for everyone. There are so many ways of relocating to the US. You can come through a K1 visa, you can come through education, getting a scholarship or a student's visa, you can come on a marriage visa, you can come on a DV lottery visa. So there are so many ways. So you just have to know which one really favors you, which one is okay with you, and you just take that, So I just can't say do this. No, really, I'm not even in position to give any immigration advice or anything like that, because I'm not an immigration officer. I just came here also, so I don't know much. Everything I'm gonna say is my own experience. That's why I'm replying these questions, because I feel like, someone out there also wants to know these things, and maybe they are going through the same thing I went through. So I think that's all I can say. Like I've mentioned, those 3, 4, 5 ways of you coming to the US. You can try those and see which one is okay with you. I hope I've answered that in a proper way. So another question is, hi sis, I wanted to ask you, if someone have a person or husband there in America, what can you do to come there? I'm just reading them the way these people wrote these things. I think this one was meaning, if someone has a husband already here, what can they do for them to come here? I think during this whole thing of the visa process, your husband or your spouse has to start this whole process. It's not you who is living outside US. It's not even in your power to start this whole thing. it's the husband or the fiance who is in position to apply and start the whole process. Until the part of you going for your interview and maybe doing a few things, but if you have a husband, it's actually so easy. You can just apply for a marriage visa, which will take like 2 to 3 years, something like that, and then you'll be able to relocate to the US and be with your family, your husband, your kids, So this is what I can say about this question. Another question is, hi dear, wanted to ask you, can you help me travel to America with connection? You guys, I don't know how many times I've seen this part of being connected to a white man, being connected to someone to come to the US, but I just feel like I just wish I had the opportunity. I wish I had what it takes to bring people here. I wish it was that easy to bring someone to the US. Trust me, I would do that for my friends, for my family, for you guys like who are watching me right now. I wish I could just go and do this, but it's not so easy. It's not something I can just say, oh dear, do this, I'm going to bring you, I'm going to do this. I have so many friends, so many people who would love to come, but I'm not in position right now. Maybe when God blesses me after some time, I'll be able to do this and bring in some people here, but right now I'm not in position. I personally am still new to the US. It's just 1 year and 9 months of me being here, so I'm not so much into bringing people right now. But when God blesses me, trust me, I'll connect you. I don't have connections right now, but I know it's only God who can connect you. Like God connected me. God has connected so many people. He will connect you as well if you trust Him and believe in Him, So that's all I can say. Pray for favor, pray for God's connection right now. I can't connect you, but I know I'll be able to connect some people after some time. Another question is, hi Procita, I would love to request you to guide me as I'm waiting on my spousal visa. What are the questions at the embassy? Thank you. This is a spousal visa. I'm so much into the K1 visa, the fiance visa, because that's how I came to the US. Not so much, like I don't have a lot I can say about it, because really I came here on a K1 visa, but I feel like the questions are not so hard. If you've watched some of my videos about the questions I was asked, of which these questions are not outside relationship. They are not going to ask you who's the president. They are not going to ask you about the history of the US. They are not going to ask you anything outside your marriage. I came here before we got married, meaning all the things I was asked were about the K1 visa, about my fiance, his family, and me, how we've been, those things. I'm very sure when it comes to the spousal visa, they're going to ask you that same things. They're going to ask you the name of your spouse, where he works, how much he earns, what he likes, what is his best color, what is his best dish, how long have you been together, how did you meet, normal things about your relationship. Just know your person so well, just understand your relationship so well. Trust me, these things are going to be so easy for you. So that's all I can say. Normal things about your spouse, that is it, nothing outside that. So the question I'm going to read is, hello, how did you answer how you met your fiance? Did you explain or did you answer direct? Like, can you give me one word, like we met through a friend or something like that? So this person is asking me how I answered the question of how did we meet. I know this is one question I know it's always asked to people when they go for interviews, but I wasn't asked this question, but I read about it before I went for my interview. It's so good for you to be open, truthful to these guys. Don't lie, just say whatever they ask you how did you meet, and you met on a dating site, you met on Facebook, you met on those dating sites, just say it. These days You don't have to be ashamed because you met someone online. That's the life we are living in today. I met my husband on Facebook and I'm not even ashamed to say that, you know. So just tell them we met through a mutual friend, we met through a family friend, we met on a gathering, family wedding, we met on this, we met on Tinder, we met on Afro Intro. Just tell them, they know these things. So yeah, another question is, hi dear, could you please help me with the number of a person who helped you work on your in Nira? But you guys, I'm not even in Dubai now. I don't know, I've seen this question so many times, even on TikTok. People want me to give the number of the person who helped me get my birth certificate from Nira. Let me tell you, I think I told you about the Nira story, you guys. I had a friend who was in Uganda. This friend of mine had worked in Dubai and he went back to Uganda. So he was the one who was doing this whole thing for me, going to Nira. Then he knew some people there, people I don't even know. I didn't even get their numbers, you know, because it was a friend of mine who was helping me. So he went to Nira and did the whole thing, then put the birth certificate on, what did I use? Aramax, DHL, one of those. And then it came to Dubai, just like that. So I gave everything to my friend. And you guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because this friend of mine is in the US now. That's how good God is. This friend of mine is in the US now. He's not in Uganda. I don't have the guy's number, the one that did everything. So I would have helped you, but I really don't know how to even start because I don't know anyone in Nira. Another question is, dear, I applied for US BI visa for a conference and my interview appointment is in Abu Dhabi Embassy. Please tell me some of the requirements needed. Guys, like I said, I don't know much about other visas, really. I'm talking about the K1, it's the one I know. And I don't even know much about it still. I just know what we did, what me and my husband did. So I don't want to act like I'm an attorney, I'm an immigration officer out here, no. So I don't know really about the B1 visa for a conference. I've heard those things about conferences. People go in conferences, they give them, you know, some people go back, some people don't go back. I've heard those stories in Uganda about conferences. So I don't know about that B1 visa. I really want to be honest with you. I don't know much about that B1 visa. So hello dear, I wanna talk to you about K1 visa. I'm in Jordan and Ugandan. Can I apply when I'm out of Uganda or should I go back to Uganda first? Can we first get married first to apply? Like you guys, I told you my story. I applied when I was in Dubai. I feel like it's okay for you to apply when you're still in Jordan. Yes, the US has an embassy in Jordan. You don't have to first go back to Uganda for you to apply. As for you getting married first and then apply, it's up to you and your person. You can get married and do a spousal visa, which takes a little bit longer, or you can just be a fiance and come on a K1 visa or fiance visa. So this one, it's you guys to decide. But about this question, yes, you can apply before even going to Uganda. I haven't been to Uganda. I last went to Uganda in 2023, I think. So it's been 2 years now. And I didn't go back to Uganda. I just came here straight from Dubai. So I just wanted to mention that so that you can just come from Jordan to the US. My question, the next one, this is the 10th one. Wow. This has been a long session, guys. Hello dear, how Connie, okay. Hi dear. Hello dear, how long did it take you to be mailed about your passport collection after the interview? Now, I don't know, some people take 2 weeks. Some people are given, like, okay, let me explain it the way I really understand it. When you get your passport, I mean, some people get their passports on spot after you doing your interview, and that is the indicator that you passed your interview without any problem, anything. The moment you go, they stamp, you go with your visa. Whereas if you get some issues, maybe you have a missing paper, you have a missing something, you know, they give you a different sheet. Some people are given a white sheet, a blue sheet, a green sheet, you know, those things. And I told you guys about my story. I had an old birth certificate, you know, those old ones. I passed my interview, but I wasn't given the visa there and then because of that missing document. So that's why I had to get it from Uganda while I was still in Dubai. And this took me some time, you know. It took me like 3 weeks or 2 weeks because I had to first work on it. And then when I got it, I had to send it to the embassy. When I got it, I had to send it to Abu Dhabi, where the US embassy is. So it took me really some weeks. I don't want even to say weeks. I think it took me a month. I think the first 2 weeks and some days was for, it took me 3 weeks because when my friend worked on my birth certificate from NIRA, I got it, but then he got it, but then it needed to be certified. So I had to take it to the UAE embassy in Uganda, Kampala, and it took some time because they told us the system was down. So it took some other days. By the time everything was certified and done, it was already 2 weeks, and then he had to send it to me during that time. It didn't take long really. When I emailed it to the US embassy in Abu Dhabi, it took me like 2 days. Yes, it took me like 2 days, and then they emailed it to the Emirates Post, and then I had to go and pick my passport. So it didn't take really long. It took me just like 2-3 days during that time. But that's because I had a missing document. But you can just get your passport as long as you don't have any problem. You can just get your visa there and there. So the 10th question, no, this is the 11th one. What vaccines did you get for the visa? I got measles, I got hepatitis B, I got influenza B, I got diphtheria. Yes, I got diphtheria. I used to call it diphtheria. Why did you even say that? It's like diphtheria. So I don't know how they call that, but I got that as well. You can get polio, you can get mumps, you can get so many vaccines there. I got 3 of them. I don't know if it differs from which country you're in, because I was in the UAE. I don't know, but that's all I had. Hello dear, I came across your video. I'm kindly asking for one thing from you, only a prayer so that my application to US may be a success. 2 weeks back, Canada denied me a visa. This broke my heart. This was the best question ever. She never asked for anything. She even really didn't have any question. The only thing she wanted was a prayer. And I pray your visa goes through. When I read this, it feels like she has been really trying her best. You know, she's not just there, she's doing everything she can to see, you know. She even mentioned the denial of the US, of the Canadian visa. So it means this person is really trying, and she's asking for my prayers. I pray that good Lord answers you. I pray your visa gets approved. You know, it feels so good, and trust me, I know what it means when your visa is rejected. Mine was not even rejected, it was just put on hold, you know. But it freaked me, it freaked I lost it that day, you know. So imagine a denial. I really want to pray for everyone who is watching me right now, and you're going through this whole thing of long distance, you're going through this whole thing of visas. it might not be about relationship. It might be you want to relocate, you want to get a job abroad, you're doing school, you're doing these things, and you really want to live where you are and relocate, but this whole visa thing is driving you crazy. I pray the good Lord remembers you during this time, so that you can be favored, so that you can be set apart, and your documents and your visa can go through, because it's not easy. I just wanted to answer these questions. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions that you really want me to answer. I feel like I've really answered these questions before. Yes, it's not the first time I'm answering questions about the K1 visa, but when I tell you guys, this thing of relocating doesn't really end. Every day someone is entering a new country, and people are always there wanting to know these things. So I'm happy that I'm answering these questions again. For people who didn't watch the other videos, I have videos about the K1 visa, all of them listed down there, down below. You can go and find them, or I'm going to pin some of them here in the cards so that you guys can see them, you know. So yeah guys, take care. I love you. Bye.